Hi guys, Dennis here. A Project Diecast Master 770 Cat mining truck has gone underway. The first thing I do is tear it apart, see how it all works and how it all fits together and what I can do to modify it. One thing I will say is the steering is sadly poor. The lift doesn't lift enough. The open differential in the back doesn't float or oscillate, therefore it doesn't keep constant traction on uneven pavement or uneven ground or off-roading. The control is not proportional. You have all or nothing. Same with the steering. You have all or nothing. Some of the things I'm thinking about doing, I'm still sitting here scratching my head. I wanted to get it tore apart and see how it all works first. But kind of go through some of the things that I've found since I've tore it apart. Everything is controlled by a little circuit board, which controls the steering motor, controls the lift motor, and it also controls the rear differential. Rear differential looks like a motor, gear drive, gear reduction, and then it is an open differential in the back. So I'm debating on leaving this the way it is, other than maybe going in and making it a posi traction. That way at least it's always driving. The steering is really poor. I'm debating on going in here and putting a steering servo on it. I am going to take and remove this circuit board, put an ESC. I'll probably just put a 1060 Hobby Wing 1060 in it with a receiver. That way and then I will power that with the ESC and then the steering servo. The thing is, it's not powerful enough, and then when it does lift so far, it has a slip clutch in it. Now, if I lock the slip clutch up, and it still doesn't have the power, then I'm going to break something else. So I'm debating what looks like possibly will work, where the outside dummy cylinders are, is a 50mm stroke linear actuators. Will fit on both sides. The problem with those is, I need 50mm of stroke. Actually, it'd be nice to have more stroke, because this box, when it tips, it doesn't tip all the way like I'd like to see it. So it's an option to find something maybe a little bit longer, or make some kind of a unit that will be more powerful than that. The lights only worked when you were using the traction, and that is this light bar up here that plugs into this wire right here. I'm thinking of leaving that. I'll get a light switch, and then what I'll do is an auxiliary switch, and I'll turn lights on and off with the remote. Looks like these outer headlights there will fit a 5mm LED light bulb, but there's nothing in them from the factory. Same way with this taillight setup back here. It's a spot there for a 5mm bulb to be fastened in, but there is no bulbs there. So that way I can at least get the 4 upper bulbs to work, and I can get the 2 outside ones to work, and get the tail lamps to work. It's all screwed together. Once I took, I don't know how many screws, there had to been at least 12 or 14 screws from the bottom. I took the wheels off, and then the whole bottom comes off as one nice unit. So at least I can kind of get everything figured out in this area and then put it all back together. But I'm trying to figure out whether I want to do what I want to do with this for the lift, because this is sadly disappointing. If I want to keep and use this motor and everything, I got to stay with only 2S LiPo battery. I can't go with 3. I think that'll overpower those motors and burn them up. But the stock battery that comes with it is only a 6.4 volt. So I think I can get by going with another volt and a half, and I should be fine. And I can eliminate this. And this is a Tamiya plug. It's the old-fashioned Tamiya semi-plug is what it is. I've never had a stock Tamiya plug or stock Tamiya setup, so that's why that was kind of confusing to me in one of the previous videos. But I'd also thought about maybe making it so that this rear end would oscillate in here a little bit, so it would stay on the ground a little bit. But I don't know. I think if I can get more travel on the front suspension, that is spring loaded, but not much. I mean, there's not much spring loading, not much movement there. That's all you get right there. So I may make that so I can get just a smidge more travel and actually use those springs a little bit. And that would help keep it on terrain, you know, off-road a little bit. You're not going to go major off-roading. But I don't know. It's just the beginning of... This is where I start. I got to tear it apart and figure out how it all works first before I really pursue any other modifications to make it work. But yeah, the tires are soft rubber, pliable. Not much tread on them, mind you. But you know, if you got weight, you know, dirt in the back in the box, that will help with traction. But when you load the box up with weight, it didn't have enough power to dump. And then it didn't have enough power to steer. And then if you're off-road and one wheel come off the ground, it's sit and spin. So there's multiple things. This is just a toy, folks. I mean, it's a less than $100 purchase, you know. So you can't expect a whole lot. I'm just going to try and do some minor modifications, try to keep it at a minimum amount of money spent to make it work. And make it better. Make it better, and hopefully a functional off-road actual dump truck that will dump a load of dirt, which would be nice. So anyway, the project begins. Here we go. And when I get some stuff done, I'll go through, kind of show you how things are going, and I'll show you the final product. Hopefully, don't take me too long. So anyway, catch you guys later.